Saturday, September 4th, we have what would have been, I believe, the London card. Now, he's not British, he's Welsh, but he's still a Brit. And Jack Shore is awesome. And he's going to be fighting Said Nurmagomedov. Now, Jack, being the ex-bantamweight Cage Warriors champion, was destroying people in Cage Warriors. I've seen him live plenty of times, and what he really did was awesome. I remember when I saw him, he was 7-0 at the time, and he was fighting ex-UFC fighter Vaughan Lee in Cage Warriors London. And the way that everyone said, now Vaughan Lee hasn't got an incredible record. I believe it's like 14-15 or 15-15. It's a lot of experience, much like an Artem Lobov kind of fighter in the sense of record-wise and experience gained. And he's not a bad fighter at all. He's experienced and he's durable, and he shows you what you're in for when you turn pro. Jack tore him apart. He held him, he tripped him, he slammed him to the ground, and he's 7-0 young kid, like 22, 23 years old at the time. Demolished him. And at that point, when I saw him live, I was like, man, this guy's going to be in the UFC. And since then, a few more wins, won the championship, went 10-0, joined the UFC, and has won 3 in a row, back to back to back. In a split decision against Hunter Azure last time out. I don't know how it was a split decision personally. Now, I'm going to get a lot of comments probably going, no, Hunter won that, or no, Jack won it decisively. Whatever. I thought Jack won it decisively. But he's awesome, he's the real deal, and he's against a tough Dagestani striker in Nurmagomedov. Now, the reason I think Jack's going to do well here is because he understands range incredibly well. Nurmagomedov gets a little reckless, as he did against Barcelos, and he lost that fight convincingly, and that was just a striking exchange. That wasn't anything crazy. Barcelos isn't a world star, world beater at the moment, nothing at all. So for me, I think this is a very decisive win for Jack, because Jack understands range. He has the takedown. As someone from Great Britain, we do not have an abundance of wrestlers. That is just it. What Jack does is he understands the grappling aspect of the game. He understands you need to be able to fight where you're not comfortable. And what he's done is made that uncomfortable scenario his comfort zone. He thrives against the cage in those dirty, grindy situations where he can trip you and drag you to the mat and just elbow you in the face. That's all he loves to do. He's got a wicked ground game. He also has very technical striking. The showmanship of Nurmagomedov is a lot different to a lot of the others. You know, when you find people like Zabit, for instance, Zabit has wondrous striking. He's on par with like Yair Rodriguez for me. Those two have dynamic striking, incredible. But what he also has is the trips of Makhachev. And that's the difference between these fighters. Whereas Nurmagomedov, this, obviously the bad Nurmagomedov I'm going to call him now, the less good, doesn't have the same repertoire. He doesn't have the arsenal, he doesn't have all the moves, essentially. He doesn't have the knowledge to perform those trips, to perform all the little sneaky stuff that his patriotic people do. This is where Jack, in my opinion, is going to thrive, and I think he's going to really show himself as a top contender in this division. And after this, I would be shocked if he doesn't get someone ranked. I'm incredibly biased, and the breakdown is so odd because it's such a unique style against a unique style, and I love it. But what I'm really interested in is not my opinion. It's out there as a video for you guys to comment. I want to know what you guys think about both of these guys. What do you reckon about Jack Shore as well? From people that aren't from Great Britain, who haven't really seen much of him, what have you seen so far that you like? Because if you're from America, for instance, just as an example, or Canada, or wherever like that, you probably don't watch Cage Warriors, which is our second division, as it were, to where all the great fighters come from. You know, our Cage Warriors champions, for example, have been Darren Stewart, you've got Ioane and Jacek, Conor McGregor's come from there, just to name 3. You know, Michael Bisping back in the day was a Cage Warriors champion, you know, so you've got Cage Rage where Anderson Silva came from. There's so many people that come from this promotion. Jack Shore is the pinnacle of it. Mason Jones newly come through as well, Nathaniel Wood. I'm going to name so many more, I've got to stop. But let me know what you think about Jack Shore. I'm not going to say too much on Said Nurmagomedov because I don't rate him that highly, to be honest with you. I think he's a very decent, durable fighter. I think he's got some good aspects in his game. If he beats Jack, then fair play. You know, my tune will be changed. But I just don't see it. What do you guys reckon? If you have enjoyed this video, guys, remember to like it, subscribe to the channel, more videos coming, especially on the September 4th card. See you in the next one. Cheers, guys.